Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, recently India's first international cruise vessel from Chennai to Sri Lanka was flagged off. What is it called? Jalesh, MV Mahabahu, the Luxury Vrinda or MV Empress? The correct answer is option D, MV Empress. Recently, the Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush flagged off the maiden international cruise vessel MV Empress. It is India's first international cruise vessel which is to run from Chennai to Sri Lanka. The cruise service is the result of an MOU signed during the first Incredible India International Cruise Conference in 2022 between Chennai Port and MS Waterways Leisure Tourism Private Limited. The modern cruise terminal developed at Chennai Port is spread over an area of 2,880 square meters with an ability to host 3,000 passengers at a time. The cruise service will sail to 3 Sri Lankan ports, that is Hambantota, Trikonmali and Kankesanturi. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, recently seen in the news, the Antardrishti portal has been launched by Niti Aayog, Reserve Bank of India, Ministry of Cooperation or Ministry of Home Affairs. The correct answer is option B, Reserve Bank of India. Recently, the RBI Governor has launched a financial inclusion dashboard named Antardrishti. The dashboard will provide the required insight to assess and monitor the progress of financial inclusion by capturing relevant parameters. The facility will also enable to gauge the extent of financial exclusion at granular levels across the country. The dashboard presently is intended for internal use in the RBI. It will further facilitate greater financial inclusion through a multi-stakeholder approach. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, recently seen in the news, the Nyaya Vikas portal is an initiative of which of the following ministries? Ministry of Law and Justice, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation or Niti Aayog. The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Law and Justice. Recently, Nyaya Vikas portal has been launched by the Ministry of Law and Justice. It has been created for monitoring the implementation of the Nyaya Vikas scheme for the development of the judiciary across the states. The portal allows 4 efficient ways of logging into the portal, thereby empowering stakeholders with seamless access to information pertaining to funding, documentation, project monitoring and approval. The Department of Justice has been implementing the Nyaya Vikas, a centrally sponsored scheme for districts and subordinate judiciary since 1993-94. Under the scheme, central assistance is provided to the state government UT administrations for construction of court halls and residential units for judicial officers or judges of court and subordinate courts. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the term apoptosis recently seen in the news. 1. It is a genetically regulated form of cell death. 2. It has a role in aging process only. 3. It also removes cells that are normal but are no longer needed. How many of the above given statement or statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none. The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, the scientists have described a special molecular mechanism of the early phases of programmed cell death, often known as apoptosis. The term apoptosis is often used interchangeably with programmed cell death. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It has a role in biological processes including embryogenesis, aging and many diseases. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It also removes cells that are normal but no longer needed, such as cells that produce antibodies after the need for the antibody has passed. Hence, statement 3 is correct. In adults, apoptosis is used to rid the body of cells that have been damaged beyond repair and have become a threat to survival. Such cells can include cancer cells or cells that are infected with bacteria or a virus. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following pairs: Biosphere Reserve and location. 1. Gulf of Mannar, Tamil Nadu. 2. Nokrek, Tripura. 3. Agatyamalai, Kerala. 4. Achanakmarg, Amarkantak, Madhya Pradesh. How many of the above given pairs is or are correctly matched? Only 1, only 2, only 3 or none. The correct answer is option C, only 3. Recently, Jagdish Bakan, wildlife warden and district forest officer of Ramananthapuram district, Tamil Nadu, has won the 2023 Michelle Battisti Award for Biosphere Reserve Management from the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO. The Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve extends between Thuthukudi and Ramananthapuram districts of Tamil Nadu. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. It is the first marine biosphere reserve in South and Southeast Asia. The Nokrek Biosphere Reserve is part of Garo Hills, Meghalaya. Hence, pair 2 is not correctly matched. The Agatse Malai Biosphere Reserve includes Neyar, Pepara and Shendurne wildlife sanctuaries and their adjoining areas in Kerala. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. The Chanakmar Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve covers parts of Anuppur and Dindori districts of Madhya Pradesh and some parts of Bilaspur district of Chhattisgarh state. Hence, pair 4 is correctly matched. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is exercise Ek Tha is sometimes seen in the news. It is related with India-Sri Lanka naval exercise, India-Mauritius naval exercise, India-Indonesia naval exercise or India-Maldives naval exercise. The correct answer is option D, India-Maldives naval exercise. Recently, the Indian Navy divers and marine commandos have reached the Maldives for the 6th edition of exercise Ek Tha with Maldives National Defence Force, which is scheduled from 4th June to 3rd July. The annual exercise is conducted between the two forces to enhance interoperability in diving and special operations. The commander of MNDF Marine Corps Special Operations Group, Captain Hussain Shafiq, delivered the opening and welcoming remarks, while the conduct report of the exercise was reviewed by Lieutenant Commander of the Indian Navy Training Team, Mahesh Kumar. Earlier, the 5th edition was held from 5th September 2022 to 3rd October 2022. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding norovirus. 1. It causes vomiting and diarrhea. 2. It is not contagious. 3. It is also known as the stomach bug. How many of the above given statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none. The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, about 200 people were sickened with norovirus on the Celebrity Summit cruise ship. The norovirus has a high chance of spreading through contaminated food and water. The symptoms include stomach cramps, diarrhea, vomiting, low-grade fever and severe muscle pain. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is a highly contagious virus and can spread quickly to others. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It can be caused by being in close contact with someone who has contracted the virus, touching contaminated surfaces, or consuming contaminated food and water. The norovirus is sometimes called the stomach flu or stomach bug. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding fixed dose combination drugs. 1. The combination of multiple active ingredients in a single formulation allows for improved therapeutic effects. 2. These drugs are typically prescribed to simplify medication regimens and enhance patient compliance. 3. The use of fixed combination drugs may help reduce the risk of drug interactions and adverse effects. How many of the above given statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none. The correct answer is option C, all 3. Recently, 14 fixed dose combination, that is FDC medicines found to lack therapeutic relevance have been banned by the central government. The fixed combination drugs are pharmaceutical products that combine 2 or more active ingredients in a single formulation, thereby providing a convenient and effective treatment option. The combination of multiple active ingredients in a single formulation can lead to enhanced therapeutic effects as different components may target different aspects of a medical condition. Hence, statement 1 is correct. These drugs are often prescribed to simplify medication regimens, reducing the number of pills a patient needs to take and enhancing compliance with the prescribed treatment. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Additionally, fixed combination drugs may help reduce the risk of drug interactions and adverse effects by carefully formulating the components and their respective dosages. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding World Food Safety Day 2023. 1. It is celebrated every year on 6th June. 2. The theme of this year is Food Standards Save Lives. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The World Health Organization has proposed World Food Safety Day for calling the attention of people everywhere to the risk of contaminated food and water. The United Nations General Assembly established World Food Safety Day in 2018 to raise awareness on the importance of food safety. It is celebrated every year on 7th June, hence statement 1 is not correct. The theme of the year 2023 is Food Standards Save Lives, hence statement 2 is correct. The theme highlights the role of established food safety practices and standards which ensure food safety and quality. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is recently seen in the news. India Rankings 2023 is released by Ministry of Education, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Niti Aayog, or Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Education. Recently, the Minister of State for Education released the India Rankings 2023. It implements the National Institutional Ranking Framework or NIRF drafted for this purpose by the Ministry of Education in 2015. This is the 8th consecutive edition of India Rankings of higher educational institutions in India. 5 broad categories of parameters identified in the NIRF are teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practice, graduation outcome, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. Each of these 5 parameters have 2 to 5 sub-parameters. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Last question is consider the following statements regarding Commissions of Inquiry Act 1952. 1. This act is made for the appointment of commissions to inquire into matters which are related or concerned or affects the public at large. 2. The Chagla Commission was the first commission set up under this act. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Government of India has notified a commission of inquiry under the Commissions of Inquiry Act 1952 to inquire into the incidents of violence in the state of Manipur. The commission shall make inquiry with respect to the causes and spread of the violence which took place in Manipur and whether there were any lapses on the part of any of the responsible authorities or individuals. This act is made for the appointment of commissions to inquire into matters which are related or concerned or affects the public at large. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Chagla Commission is the first inquiry of the independent India. Justice M.C. Chagla was appointed in January 1958 under the Commission of Inquiry Act 1952 to inquire into the circumstances surrounding the impugned transactions of Life Insurance Corporation. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Recently seen in the news, the Kanha Tiger Reserve is located in Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, or Odisha. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.